Right. Hello and welcome to something a little bit different this time. So this is Hunt Showdown. Usually play this in my off time, but uh, I'm trying to do something a little bit different on it at the moment, which if I can just quickly bring up the achievements here. So there is an achievement way down the line here. Where are we? 5 ace hand. Have 5 level 50 hunters at the same time. Yeah? So, for various reasons, basically, I've decided to do this today. There's an event on at the moment, so I'm trying to rush to get to the end bit of the event here. I'm most of the way through. I've also, throughout the event, because I tend to level up hunters, I'll usually just go as the one which is the lowest level. And I'll keep doing that, and then when they're all roughly the same level, I'll go back to I'll just generally keep going, and you end up with what we can see here, where I've had a level 50 for a long time. So this is my first level 50, cursed and proven. But all of these now, so we've got a 45, a level 43, a level 42, then as you can see we go level 41, level 43, level 43, level 40, level 42, level 23. So we've got quite a few here that are nearly at level 50, which is the maximum rank for a character, right? We're nearly there. Now, we need to have 5, we've got one already, we need to get 5 of these in the roster. I also want to finish off the event at the moment, and also, as well as that, I have in the lobby, now they've recently put in skill-based matchmaking. And I was quite pleasantly surprised to discover that I'm at level 3, which, as you can see, is like a bit below average, but not too bad. I'm by no means any like fantastic at the game. You're not going to see, if you're hoping to see, your 360 no scopes and things here, you're not going to. And it's not all down to my complete inability to play the game. I will admit I always have and always will, just because of it's how I've played since I was about 10. I play first-person shooters on a controller, even if I'm on PC. And for whatever reason, the PC version of this has no aim assist, whereas the console version does. But I bought it in early access when there wasn't a console version, so I'm stuck with the version where there's no aim assist, and I'm using a pad against PC players. You can suddenly understand as to why I might be a bit lower on the matchmaking rank. I've tried to alleviate it by plugging in my PS5 controller, setting up a custom control scheme to the point where I've got and you'll see this in game, you won't really notice it too much, but I've set it up so that there's a dual stage trigger that enables the gyroscope. So whenever I'm aiming down sights or down a scope on this, I'm actually using the gyroscope of the PlayStation pad to try and take more precise shots. That's where I'm at with this in my try-hardness to somehow try to compete with the average mouse user. All that aside, though, as I mentioned, so it is very much, so I'm wanting to try and get at least 4 of these to level 50. We have 9 attempts, and every episode it's either going to be, depending on the length of the matches, but it's going to be, essentially I'm hoping to get either a game or 2 or something on those lines, and just see if we can get each one of these to level 50. So many of them will die along the way. But I just thought it'd be a nice way for me to end this event chain that's currently on. and give myself a sort of fresh palette starting on the next one, and also give you some different content than what I usually produce. So, our first character, Eula Bolander. So, we are wielding the Hailstorm skin. It's basically it's a skin that I've got for a Mosin Nagant, but it's a Mosin Nagant rifle, and it's got a sniper scope on it, so really nice long ranged, hard hitting rifle. We've got a sawn off pump action shotgun. We've got a bit of equipment. We've got a knife. We've got a med kit. We've got some choke bombs. These basically like little gas bombs that smother any fires or any put out any fuses on lit dynamite sticks and things in the area that they go off. It creates like a cloud of gas. Then we've got some bombs. We've got dynamite sticks waxed so that it'll blow up underwater. We've got a bundle of them here. We've got a frag grenade. I know it's like you kind of have to accept it with Hunt. It's kind of semi historically based, whereas some of it is, but then there's kind of obviously there's they're obviously playing fast and loose with it being where you fight zombies and things. And we've got an antidote that makes us immune to poison for I think it's half an hour, something like that. If you've not played Hunt before, it's not quite a battle royale. I would probably put it more on par with something like survival mode from The Division. Basically, we will go into a map, and we will fight our way through a bunch of various monsters. We will kill a big boss. The big boss will then need to be banished back to hell or wherever it goes. We then get a token, a bounty token that's basically proof of the kill that we have to extract with, but other people can take that from us by killing us. While we're carrying it, we do get like wall hacks for a brief amount of time that we get back as we kill people, so we can like recharge it from kills to just sort of help people who have it extract, because they used to just camp where they'd killed the boss until they were sure they'd killed everyone, and it really stagnated the game. Anyway, the best way to see it is just for me to get into it. I will point out as well with this, noise is a very, very big factor in this game. If you've not played it before, it's got some of the best sound design basically out there at the moment. It's probably the best game for sound design. Not just because all the sounds are really good. No, there's plenty of games with really good sounds. This really incorporates into the design as well. Every step counts with this. Every footstep, every gunshot, every noise you make is potentially something that information being given away to the enemies. So yeah, Eula Bolander, our first volunteer attempt at getting through. Again, goals here, I want to raise that matchmaking back to 3. That'd be nice at the end of this. I seem to be on the cusp between 2 and 3. So it seems to have just been enough. I was on a winning streak for a while, and then I've kind of dipped to a losing streak. And my matchmaking rank's been kind of jittering a bit lately, so I'd like to get this to be steady. I'd like to finish the event, and I want these 5 people at the high ranks. So anyway, without further ado, we'll start. Right, we've got, so it's random matchmaking. With, he's bringing, Martini Henry's not a great gun. The Officer Carbine is pretty good. So I'll be having to cover our distances with this. I'll be the long range component. We don't have much for close range. I would say we are going to be weak at defending and attacking buildings in this. None of us have well, I have a shotgun. unsurprisingly, I've come over prepared, and my random teammates have not. But that tends to be the case with Hunt. I'll warn you as well before we get into the game here that oftentimes, because it's a multiplayer game, you might occasionally hear some other people talking via the VoIP, and will be English. Occasionally you might hear some French or German speakers. Well, I think Russia have their own. Right, I think I'm back. Jesus Christ, that was. The moment I loaded it in, I think the game audio and OBS decided to use. I mean, if you don't know, the PlayStation Pad has built-in audio and, well, it's got built-in speakers and microphone, and they decided out of nowhere, because for some reason the game stopped detecting the pad, that was the last audio device plugged in now, and it was all going to use that. So I will warn you as well, during this series, these technical hiccups, I'll apologise in advance. They will happen. They will. I tested everything before this, that it was all working. That doesn't mean anything. It really is on a whim, and I do blame the fact that they're using the CryEngine, which is a terrible, terrible game engine that has been depreciated a long time. Because obviously this game is made by Crytek, so it used to be a real good engine, but then everyone abandoned it because it was a bit too resource intensive and unwieldy, and so it didn't get enough people using it, and then obviously it falls behind, and basically Unreal has taken over from it entirely at this point. They used to be competing, but not anymore. Now they mostly just make games, and I think they nearly fell into administration at one point. It's a bit of a sad story, but oh well. Anyway, right. Someone there didn't manage their stamina while they were sprinting over here. Right, so as I mentioned, kind of every step, every move we make here matters. But not just that, but trying to listen out for everyone else. Is that them moving the chains? Or are we thinking there's someone in here? I don't need any more consumables. I've got a full suite of them here. Yeah. So yeah, those boxes, those little browny orange boxes, they will drop consumables that you can use, usually bombs and things. So we've got one boss on this map. There's sometimes more. Sometimes you can have two. Sounds like there's a fight going off that way, by the way. That would be down in, I think, Healing Waters Church there on the map. Or if not that, then Pitching Crematorium. But I think it was more... Yeah, I would... Maybe between the two. There can be up to 12 people in a lobby. Because I'm in groups of 3, that means usually it will be 3 groups of 3. Not always, though. Someone might have decided to join as a solo or a duo, which means then there'll be... It'll try to matchmake us with... Well, it will try to fill the lobby, so if it puts a duo in, it'll also probably put a solo in. Usually. So I will, so again, just kind of explaining as I go, seeing as I know I've not put this on the channel before, so we're going around the map and we're collecting these, like, what would you call these? I mean, the game calls them clues, but it's like some sort of weird, I guess, some sort of weird hell portal thingy from the zombies. But okay, that was a lot closer. That sounded like Lockbear, that. What are we doing up here? Yeah, I'm here following this guy around, and I don't think he knows where he's going. So I'm gonna leave. Anyway. So we're collecting them. Once we've collected all 3 of the clues, as you can see, it now marks on the map where the boss of this level is. Our goal is to beat that boss and extract with the bounty. If we don't beat the boss, then we have to beat the team who have and get the proof of the kill from them. The game features permanent death, by the way. So that's why, you know, we've got 9 chances at this. So we've got 9 hunters that are nicely leveled up to attempt to get to the max level. And I will warn you, I have had stints where I've lost 9 games in a row. I'll also warn you, though, that the video length, not a good telltale sign of whether I get through or not. Oftentimes, like for example here, if you'd have spawned up near this part of the map, you can literally just bump into the thing right away and just be the first attacking and trying to kill it. Now this is important. We want to try and get in there and kill this thing before they finish banishing. If they finish banishing, they will then get the 5 seconds of what's called dark sight, which is, well, I think it's called enhanced dark sight. This is dark sight, where you can kind of see clues through walls, the clues we're collecting. You don't really need it though, they always spawn at compounds, but it gives you more of a definite whereabouts of them, so you're not looking around too much. The enhanced one will show orange outlines in the rough location of enemies. We don't want them to get that. If they can see us through walls and they know we're here, we will get our asses handed to us very quickly. So we want to avoid that, if at all possible. Now, again, the issue here is we're all long-ranged rifle guys. They may or may not be. I heard a lot of gunfire on the way here. So that sounds more like maybe lever actions or possibly pistols. There's one. Right, we need to push that. That's another one, you can hear them. There we go. Right. So, I'll be honest. If I lose every game the rest of this series, and there's more people here, just because I did that, I've redeemed everything. That's a armoured zombie with some barbed wire on him. But there were definitely gunshots down here. So let's see if we can get anything good. So, when you die, you drop your weapons. You don't drop consumables, but you drop weapons, and people can come and loot things off of you. Yeah, there's those orange lines I mentioned. Well, outlines. So, given we heard gunshots earlier, I would say that they fought another team. We've killed a team, so this should be, fingers crossed, the final team. If we beat these, we win. We're out. I hear footsteps on metal. Over there. I think someone's trying to push this here. There's like a metal bit you can run across here. Yeah. Shit. Tried to snap the shot off too quick. There's one down there. Down here this way. I think he's lower. Might be able to get him from here-ish. That's a kill. We have to push. And there, one there. Right. Let's see if I can get an eye on this guy here. Am I only seeing one now? Right, they're not in here because that zombie's knocking about. I think they died from falling. Right, well, there we go then. We'll mark them if the others want to come and get some looting done. And I am going to go up and... I believe there was some oil down there that I can use to clean my weapon with. That one might be able to loot the other corpses. As you can see as well in the bottom left, so the amount of time I get to get these wall hacks for, it's there. We've got 1 second worth of wall hacks. We used everything up. Just in case they want the weapon clean, you never know. Right. There's the second one, and I think that's that. Now, we get points for kills. So, fingers crossed, if we make it out of here, because we got all these extra kills, we should get a lot of XP points and get those extra levels. We need 5 on this character, I believe it was, to get to level 50. So, fingers crossed we get there. I'll just go a bit slower here, wait up for my team. It's important that you don't separate too much. You need to keep away from your team when you need to, and keep close when you need to as well. It's a hard balance to know, and you get it from experience mostly. I think we've had a very solid performance there. I'm very satisfied as well with the performance of my team. It's rare you get a team as well performing as that, and it goes to show equipment isn't always everything. One of them there's using a Martini Henry, and I think the Reverend, the one dressed as the priest guy, I think he had a crossbow of all things that he were bringing. It's one of the things we're hunting. It's one of the things that actually makes it really good. That you can spend all the money in the world and all the resources trying to make your hunter basically unkillable, and you can have all the ranks and everything, but just a unlucky headshot can kill you in one. You know, they could have a budget gun which fires, you know, like the Martini Henry. You know, you can have a single shot breech loading rifle from the time of the British Empire and one tap someone who's got Mosin Nagant. Or even better, you know. I think the other day, and I might show this after the lobby. I've got on one of my characters, I've got a semi-automatic 5-round shotgun from someone, and I killed them using my own shotgun, and it was a double barrel. You know, brought it in from the farm. We also get points for the zombies as well here, so we're gonna leave this with plenty of XP, plenty of money, plenty of points. If we were really wanting to, we could, by all means, we could stay, go and loot the map, that sort of thing. But we're not going to be doing. I think we're just ready to go. Especially towards the beginning of the event that's currently on. There were a lot of people who would just stay at the end of the game, me amongst them, when you had a clear lobby like this, because you'd just get tons and tons of additional money and points. Because the game does have a time limit, you can see at the top there, just to make sure that no one just stays and grinds forever. Anyway, with any luck, this has kind of set the tone for the series. So I will say as well, these episodes, I think it's one of the better things about this, that it's, even if you see an episode go up that's maybe only 20-30 minutes like this one, yeah, you can just find the boss, beat them, wipe the entire lobby of human life, and exit and get the level up. That absolutely can happen, so don't be fooled by it. But if you see one that's 5 minutes, then and probably is a death. But I think at that point I'd probably just move on to the next character. So yep, there we go. 6,000 XP, that's easily enough. We are going to max out this character. There we are. The final reward. So this is like the individual character rank. This is my player rank that I've maxed out. I'm Prestige 1. But yeah, there we go. We killed 6 of the lobby out of the other 9 people. So as I suspected, that team of 3, that gunfight at the beginning was them fighting some other group, then us bumping into them. And I think as well that game really exemplifies and kind of points out why some good consumables can really yeah, a few good consumables can really set you out to just dominate games. People often try to go stingy on them. I would tend to recommend, you don't have to bring the best ones, but bring a bomb and a Molotov just to, if you need to, because when someone goes down, unlike other sort of, whatever you would call this game, unlike those, they're not dead when they go down. You can revive them, but you can burn their bodies, and it literally starts slowly lowering their max health until they die, so that you can't bring them back. Well, you can. You can only do it then if you've got the bounty, That's a recent change. But it's handy to have a Molotov around just for that. It's handy to have some dynamite just to open up a building. It creates a cloud of smoke in a game where there's no smoke grenades, and it also makes everyone move away from the door you're trying to come through, which is very handy. So taking dynamite, Molotovs, usually an antidote shot just so you don't get poisoned. It's annoying as all hell. All very useful. So I can show the mission details and that before we finish here, just to get a detailed breakdown. It's actually really good for the detailed breakdown, this game as well. So we killed 44 monsters, found all the clues. I've got a mastery unlock, probably for the, I'm guessing probably the Spectre that. So we've got a bunch of kills in a row with it. And killed 3 all at, not 3, so killed 6 all at rank 3. And there's the breakdown of the monsters we killed, and we got 200 because when you get to max profile level, every time you level up, instead of new unlocks, you just get a bit of money. We can even see the team details, so you have killed, you have killed, you have killed. So I went in and killed that entire team with the shotgun. And then we've got the other teams that my teammates killed. So we have our first max rank hunter. But that will be doing it for this episode. We're closing in on the next unlock, which is explosive arrows for the bow, which is a new weapon they've just added to the game. But that is that character done. No more need to play as them. We have 2 level 50s, which is an excellent start. So next time, I think we might be going... I don't know if I'll just literally go down or if I'll just pick a person whose loadout I fancy playing. I'll probably do one then the other, I don't know, but excellent start. If the rest of this series goes tits up now, at least I can be safe and sound in the knowledge that I've got at least one good episode that shows off my actual skill. And oh my god, we've already achieved one of the actual objectives. We're back at rank 3. There we go. Reclaimed my competency status. Nice to see. Very nice to see. Right. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to be bringing you a bit more of this soon. I'll see you then.